Are you ready to learn how to be self-disciplined, focused, and have unwavering confidence? Discover the samurai path to self-mastery with us as we delve into the famous teachings of Miyamoto Musashi. This journey will change the way you live, think, and deal with life's challenges. Lesson 1. Conquer yourself before others. Samurai tradition says that you must first master yourself before you can take on tasks from the outside world. In his famous book of 5 Rings, Miyamoto Musashi wrote about how important it is to know yourself. His teachings said that controlling your feelings, fears, and wants comes before controlling anything else. To beat yourself, you need to learn more about yourself. Being self-aware is more than just knowing your strengths and weaknesses. It also means knowing your feelings, thoughts, and triggers. What makes you act the way you do? What makes you want to do something, and what stops you? These questions are very important if you want to get past your inner problems. See that which you can't see with the eye, Musashi wrote. This means going deep inside, past the things that are distracting you on the surface, to find your true self. Discipline is the first step to self-mastery. Samurai were very strict with their lives, not because they wanted to be hard, but because it helped them become stronger-willed. Discipline makes it possible to follow through on what you say you will do. Make plans and follow through, even if it's tough. Discipline, like getting up early, meditating, or getting better at a skill, makes you stronger so you can face your fears and doubts. Being able to face your fears is just as important. Most of the time, fear is what stops people from growing as people. This fear can be of failing, being judged, or not knowing what will happen. Musashi thought that people could get over their fears by getting ready and having experience. Fear has less power over you when you put yourself through tough situations. Every fight, real or imagined, teaches us how to be brave. It was also important for Musashi to let go of his ego. Ego makes it hard to see our flaws and learn from them. Getting rid of your ego gives you insight and the ability to see your flaws as chances to get better. Being humble can help you grow in many ways. Taking charge of your life is what it means to control yourself. As Musashi taught, we are in charge of our own lives. For those who master their thoughts, feelings, and deeds, they can't be stopped. You are no longer a victim of your conditions. You are now a warrior who knows what they want out of life. Lesson 2. Follow the principle of Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese theory that says things should always be getting better. It has a lot to do with the teachings of Miyamoto Musashi, a famous swordsman who tried to master his craft by taking small, steady steps. Kaizen stresses how important it is to keep going even when things get hard and break goals down into smaller, more doable steps. Find areas where you can improve, like your physical skills, mental habits, or emotional strength, and make a promise to do things every day that will help you grow in these areas. Musashi thought that being rigid was a sign of weakness, and that there are multiple ways to reach the top of the mountain. This means that Kaizen also needs people to think about themselves. Flexibility is often what makes the difference between not moving forward and moving forward. Musashi's life shows that real success takes time, so Kaizen requires patience. If you want to learn a skill or form a new habit, trust the process. In the long run, regularity will always beat shortcuts. When you follow Kaizen, you become someone who is always changing and getting better, which is what the samurai believe in. This way of thinking not only helps you become more self-masterful, but it also makes all parts of your life better. Lesson 3. Train your body and mind equally. Like Miyamoto Musashi, the samurai were masters of balance and knew how important it was to combine mental and physical strength to be truly masterful. They did physical training to get stronger, lower their stress, and improve their focus. Mental training was also very important for staying calm when things got tough. Musashi said it was important to be able to control your ideas, question your assumptions, figure out what drives people, and calm your mind when it gets restless. Reading, learning new skills, and handling problems were all parts of Musashi's mental training. He loved to learn new things and studied many subjects to get a better idea of the world. They were also taught to keep their cool when things went wrong, which was an important part of this balance. Emotional intelligence means being able to recognize and control your thoughts without letting them control what you do. To keep your body and mind strong, you also needed to eat right and get enough rest. In all parts of life, including daily tasks, the samurai knew how important balance was. Eating healthy foods, getting enough sleep, and taking time to relax are all important for being well-rounded and ready to take on any task. Musashi's life shows that this balance isn't just about getting ready for fight. It's also about living a happy, peaceful life. Lesson 4. Find balance in detachment. Detachment is an important part of samurai philosophy, which comes from Miyamoto Musashi's lessons. Detachment doesn't mean ignoring or not caring about something. Instead, it means keeping your balance and being clear by letting go of unhealthy attachments to people, things, or results. The way of the warrior is firm acceptance of death, Musashi wrote. This deep statement shows the highest level of detachment, accepting that life is temporary. This may seem hard, but it's a lesson to keep your mind on what's important. Staying stuck in your fear of losing only makes it harder to do things that matter. Letting go of hopes is the first step toward detachment. Often, we feel angry or let down when reality doesn't match up with what we want. You can focus on effort and action more when you don't worry about exact results. When Musashi won, it wasn't because he wanted to win, but because he was dedicated to getting better. Letting go of things is another part of detachment. The samurai didn't own many things because they valued events and growth over things. In a world that is obsessed with getting more things, following simplicity can free you. Get rid of the things you don't need and focus on the things that make your life better. Detachment can also be used in partnerships. This doesn't mean to stay away from relationships. It just means to approach them on your own. Dependence happens when you count too much on other people for approval or happiness. Musashi's life of solitude showed that real power comes from inside. Build up your sense of independence while appreciating the relationships you have. To get away from the noise of everyday life, practice mindfulness. We are constantly pulled away from our true selves by things like social media, alerts, and other distractions. You can get back in touch with your ideals and priorities by taking time to be still. If you want to be detached, you don't have to reject the world. You can interact with it in a way that suits you. When you find balance in letting go, you have the freedom and understanding to go through life with purpose and strength. Lesson 5. Commit to mastery through repetition. Self-mastery requires a lifetime of dedication, and practice is the most important step on the way. Miyamoto Musashi was a great example of this lesson because he spent his whole life practicing and getting better. He thought that mastery wasn't just about ability, but about doing something over and over again with purpose. Do nothing that is of no use, he said. Everything you do and work you do should help you get better at what you do. Muscle memory and brain sharpness are both improved by repetition. Repetition is the key to getting good at something, whether it's swordsmanship, playing an instrument, or even public speaking. The samurai knew this very well. They trained hard all the time to make sure that their moves in battle were automatic, quick, and accurate. This idea is true in every part of life. Practice is what makes the difference between average and outstanding, whether it's a job skill or a personal goal. Repetition is more than just doing the same thing over and over. It's about practicing with purpose and attention. Musashi stressed how important it was to be aware when doing things. Every repeat should be a chance to find mistakes, fix them, and get better. If you practice without thinking, you might make bad habits stronger. The details are what make the difference. It also teaches you to be patient and keep going. A lot of things can go wrong on the way to success. It's simple to get upset or angry when things don't seem to be moving forward quickly. Musashi's life shows us that it takes time and hard work to become a real master. Even after he was very good at what he did, he practiced every day because he knew that mastery is not a goal but a process that lasts a lifetime. In our fast-paced world, where getting what you want right away is normal, sticking to repetition can seem hard. But this dedication is what makes the masters different from the others. By practicing, you will not only get better at what you do, but you will also grow as a person. Discipline, focus, and endurance are all built through repetition, which are all important skills for self-mastery. Don't forget that every master started out as a newbie. The only thing that separates you from someone who is good at something is how much time and work they put into practicing. Repetition is your best friend on the way to mastering yourself. Lesson 6. Stay calm in the storm. The samurai were known for being able to keep calm under pressure. This skill came from years of training and studying theory. Miyamoto Musashi taught that the mind must stay calm, even when things are going crazy in war. You must stay calm and composed and not let your mind be swayed, he wrote. Getting ready is the first step to staying calm during a storm. The samurai mentally and physically got ready for everything that could happen. This planning gave me confidence and made me feel less anxious. You can handle problems better when you know you've done everything you can to get ready. These days, this could mean studying hard for a test, practicing a speech, or making plans for what to do if something goes wrong with a project. Another way to stay calm is to practice mindfulness. The samurai meditated to get into a state of being present. You feel more in charge and clear when you focus on the present instead of worried about the future or dwelling on the past. Doing breathing techniques, for example, can really help you calm down when you're feeling stressed. Musashi also taught people how to be flexible when bad things happen. Life is unexpected, and being stuck in your ways can cause you stress for no reason. Instead, be open to new ideas when you face problems. Try a different plan if the first one doesn't work. Being able to change is not a sign of weakness, but of strength and smarts. One more way to stay calm is to see problems as chances to learn and grow. Musashi saw every duel, no matter how dangerous, as a chance to try and improve his skills. In the same way, the events in your life can be seen as chances to grow. When you change how you look at things, worry and fear lose their power over you. So, work on being emotionally intelligent. Know your feelings, but don't let them control what you do. It's normal to feel angry, scared, or frustrated, but if you don't deal with them, they can blur your judgment. You can face problems with clarity and confidence if you work on being self-aware and controlling your emotions. Mastering your feelings is what it takes to stay calm in a storm, not hiding them. When you learn this skill, you feel at peace with yourself that no outside chaos can disturb. You'll use this skill not only in emergencies, but also in every part of your path to becoming self-masterful. Lesson 7. Embody your purpose fully. The samurai had a clear goal in life. They did what they did because they felt a strong sense of duty and knew what their life's purpose was. This idea was reflected in the life of Miyamoto Musashi. He never gave up on his quest for mastery and understanding, even though he had to face many fights and difficulties. The main goal of martial arts is to avoid having to use them, he wrote. This deep statement shows how actions should be in line with a higher goal. Before you can fully live out your goal, you need to define it. What makes you go? What morals and ideals guide your choices? There's a reason behind everything you do, not just what you do. Think about what you're passionate about, what skills you have, and what difference you want to make in the world. When the things you do are in line with your goal, life makes sense and becomes clear. Once you know what your goal is, you should give it your all. There was no doubt that Musashi was devoted to the way of the sword. He spent his whole life learning not only how to fight, but also tactics, art, and philosophy. At this level of dedication, you have to make choices. Give up things that are distracting you, relationships that are bad for you, or habits that aren't helping you reach your goals. Being honest is also a part of living with meaning. The samurai had to follow a code of honor, and what they did showed what they believed in. In the same way, your goals should determine how you act, even when it's hard. Being honest helps people believe you, makes you a better person, and makes sure that your path is in line with your values. Resilience is another important thing. It's not always easy to follow your mission. There will be problems, setbacks, and times when you question yourself. Musashi had a hard time, but he kept going because he was driven by something bigger than himself. When things get tough, let your goal hold you steady. Ultimately, tell other people about your mission. Musashi didn't keep his knowledge to himself. He wrote about it and left a legacy that still inspires people today. If you live with a purpose, the things you do will automatically have a positive effect on the people around you. To fully live out your goal, you need to live with purpose, passion, and clarity. An enlightened life is one in which every action has purpose, every struggle is a chance, and every moment is in line with your most important goals.